Hi, everyone. Hi, I have not gone live in a couple of weeks, and I am so happy to be here with all of you, whether you are catching me live today, which is Sunday, July 25th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Andrea Donnelly. I am the proprietrix of We Are Here to Remember, my revolutionary, beautiful healing modality that I crafted over a 40-year-long dark night of the soul. Oh, I have been a busy bee behind the scenes. I am in it like all of you. Everyone who is energetically sensitive, you all know what the past week has been like, right? Our triggers. Hi, Shannon. Yeah, if you're here with me live, let me know. Tell me also, like, my God, the past week has been so intense. I'm holding these for all of us. These selenite balls of clarity and purity and just like moving through. Me, all of my clients, all of my friends, all of you, I am sure. Um, we have been called in the past week more than ever to really step up for ourselves. So, what are the ways? My guides really wanted me to go live today. They were like, it's really important that you go live today. So here I am. And per my usual, you guys who've been with me since the beginning, or probably have even ever just listened to one thing I've said, the spiritual is easy for me. It is the human experience that is my that is my lesson. And oh boy, have I been in it this week. I had a really remarkable trip. Some of you saw it in other groups, to see the woman who wrote Bringers of the Dawn channel in North Carolina. I just kept getting shown by my guides over and over again that it was going to be a seminal experience, and they just kept telling me it was going to be the first time in 3D in my life that I was surrounded by complete safety. And my guides kept telling me over and over again, like, when you're home from this, you're going to feel different. Like a lot of that was the longest lead into me saying that I didn't really want to go live today. I am the biggest ham in the world on the one hand. You all have heard me say it. I'll say it a million times over. Someday I hope to jam with him in lifetime. I was jealous of Raffi as a child. What? For those of you who are not familiar with Raffi, is still hi, Zara. A children's singer. He wrote the epic, you may know the song as opposed to the man himself. He wrote Baby Beluga, which is like one of the most beautiful songs in the world because it helps us remember whales are so powerful. Their light and their magic. And that's a lot of what's coming through really strong for me, for all of you, for this community right now. Really, 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 things are not slowing down on this planet. And I want everyone to just, if you're with me live, if you're catching the replay, if you're driving, I would turn this off and I would come back to it later. But if you are a person who can who can hold multiple spaces at once, just be aware. Oh, I think this is going to be intense. So if you can close your eyes with me, close your eyes. Oh, send a sacred cord of light and love deep from your center, from that first chakra, from that second chakra, from the third chakra, from our root, and send it deep into the earth herself, our true mother. She wants every one of you to feel how much she loves you. Everyone here on this call now, everyone who will hear this in the future, You are part of a small minority now, a fraction of the way that we will wake up as a collective. And it is time for every one of you who is listening now, the 1% of the 1% of people who came here to be way showers. It is time to really step into your truth and take the leap and the risk on yourself. You are your best investment any day of the week. Remember that always, my sweet. Oh, and Mother Earth, thank you. We move that light and love up through our heart chakra, through our throats, through our pineal gland and our third eye, our brains, and out through our crown and up to the solar sun and the intergalactic light and the magnificence and the joy and the peace of our galactic friends and brothers and kin and family. Oh, and in this moment, I open the Akashic records on behalf of everyone who is part of We Are Here to Remember. And I ask the record keepers and all of my guides, and the light and the love and the pureness of beauty, hope, and light that I channel always and always, may this align you in this moment, and backwards and forwards in the circle of time. May it align you in your most powerful, brightest self. May this help you to align deeply into the now moment. And remember always that every time you are called to speak your truth, it is an opportunity to set things into even greater alignment. It does not mean that you need to be perfect. It does not mean that you will always make the right quote unquote choice. But in order to move forward, one of the things we need to release is all of our shame and our fears and our guilt and the way that we feel like we could have done better and other people could have done better. We all have done the best we possibly could in the moment, and even things that are hard and painful, that feel like our hearts are being ripped in half by grief. Those are moments for us to come home to ourselves. What is grief triggering in you? What are you ready to release in this moment? The cords and the contracts and the things that no longer align, the promises you made to yourself or to other people that are no longer serving your highest good. It is time to release them, my sweetheart, my dove. And I call on my guides now, all of your guides. I ask you to say out loud with me that you give me permission to send you light and love and acceleration. In this moment, say these words with me out loud or in your own heart, but see them and feel them completely. And start to remember that when I say them, I mean experience them in the way that you are connected to divinity. Some of us see things and some of us feel things. Some of us taste and smell things on a psychic and energetic level, and there is no wrong way and there is no wrong language of your heart. It is time for you to stop criticizing yourself and to look deeply into your own soul so that you are able to then hold that light for other people. If you are in this space, you are here to help other people remember. What are the ways that you are not showing up for yourself? I release in this moment anything out of alignment with this pure, beautiful, joyful moment in time, All things happen with and for my highest good, always and forever. So take another really deep breath, my sweethearts. And really think about the ways that you have not been showing up for yourself, the way that you have been scared. It is time, I say it all the time, but the ways that we are all being called to invest in ourselves, especially. I am not saying this will happen, but I am asking every one of you a question, which is, if our financial system disappeared tomorrow, what is your skill set? What is the way that you can step up and you would be able to help yourself and your community? It doesn't mean that everyone needs to become a farmer. It doesn't mean that everyone needs to be a healer. But what it does mean is that there are ways that we are all going to be called in this moment to really show up for ourselves and our communities going forward. I say it every time I go live, but it's coming through so boldly and brightly. What have you been wanting to learn? What have you been wanting to remember? The language that you have been interested in, poetry, art, an intramural sports team, going back to school, getting a master's degree, taking that class, the spiritual development, getting the coach. The thing about it is it's never about the money. And I really want every one of you, because we all do it to ourselves. But every time that you contract and that you worry about the money, I am shown over and over and over again that I've never needed to do that. I was able to manifest in crises for very long periods of time. And the shift that I had to make was trusting that I could do it every day in all the moments without having to have everything be so hard. And one of the ways that I'm able to keep up with the pace of my own development, right? If you guys remember last year, I can barely watch the videos that I made even in the fall. I have lost over 40 pounds in the past year. I was disabled. I was debilitated by chronic pain and anxiety and PTSD and car accident injuries. In 2016, I got into 2 car accidents in a 5-week window of time. In 2018, I had a spine surgery. And in 2019, my life completely changed. I flew to Arizona because my brother, obviously there was a karmic theme running in my genetic pool, but my brother had been in a horrible car accident. I flew there. I flew back on a Tuesday. I did not want to leave him alone. I was so worried, but I had myself been very chronically ill for a long time. So I knew I had already, it was kind of like what other people went through during COVID of having to like learn how to support yourself like fully in your own home. So I understood like where to get things delivered from. And it, it was different because he was in a totally different state than I was, but I flew back on a Tuesday. And the next morning, my boss at the time, and I'm only have love for him because he helped me remember so deeply what I was supposed to be really doing. But I flew back and the next morning he laid me off. What a crazy reckoning with myself that was. If he could have done it over the phone. I could have stayed in Arizona. You see what I'm saying? But I had to leave this place and fall out of the pattern that I would have been in if I had not flown back to the state that I lived in. I would have fallen back into the pattern of completely trying to help and save somebody else at my own expense. And I have been able to really get well in the year, almost 2 years, my God. I left that job in the fall of 2019. Almost 2 years. That's so wild. I'm a different person. I look different. I feel different. I have to do a lot still. I call it my meditation routine, but that's how I show up for myself. So what are the ways that you have to show up for yourself? One of my things, you guys have heard me say it so many times, but one of my things is that every person who's ever read for me has shown me that I'm supposed to be really showing up in public in a big way. I'm so private. And I have written into my chart in every place, hermitry. How am I both the biggest hermit and then I'm also the biggest ham? You see, we are born with parts of ourselves that conflict so that we are able to find the balance. I cannot get consumed by ego in this life, right? I have so many big fucking crazy talents and I'm really being called to talk about them more. But there are ways that it is uncomfortable for me. It's scary. People don't, I mean, I lost so many friends when I started coming out of the spiritual closet. People do not understand this. Not everybody understands this. A lot of people don't understand this. The spiritual path is not easy. But what I am asking for all of you is to really expand yourselves in the coming weeks and months. What are you bringing to the table for yourself and for humanity? How can you find the balance between showing up for the world and showing up for yourself? I love you so much. I want to also let you know as we wrap up this really powerful moment, all that we did today really aligned you deeply into something beautiful. And now you have an opportunity to continue to show up for yourself in new, bigger ways. I'm going to be talking about it more in the next week, but I have a new container that is launching. It is my first high-end container. Jocelyn Kelly Reid. It is finally happening. And it is a sort of hyped up version of my one-on-one coaching. It is my one-on-one coaching is called Celestial Mentorship. It has been an amazing experience. I like my Celestial mentees. Holy fucking whoa. Wowie, wow, 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 wow. You want to get powerful in this life, you all, if you are triggered to work with me, if you hear the call, if you have reached out to me in the past and didn't feel ready, when you are ready, you come back and you find me. Because what I can give to people is not what anyone else can. If you are called to work with me, you are called to work with me for a reason. And sometimes it's scary. It scared me for 40 fucking years. I didn't want to work with myself. And I don't, I studied, I knew Reiki and I was always learning about herbs and I talked to animals from the time I was little, but this is powerful stuff. Can you hear how much I've even changed since the last time that you heard me? The reverberations, the sound frequencies, the rays of light coming out of my voice are different than they were even a week ago. So my angelic alchemy academy is what I'm calling it. Angelic alchemy academy. It's going to be 6 months. It's I'm selling it now. It's in pre-sale. I guess this is my moment. It's in pre-sale, you guys. It's launching at the beginning of September. It's going to be a 6-month journey starting then. It's a 6-month membership window. And you get the stuff that you get in my one-on-one coaching, which is 1 2-hour ceremony a month and 1 1-hour Q&A, Voxer support throughout one-on-one. But the big difference between that and this is that this also involves a component where you're going to get, I'll explain the details of it. You get 5 of the 2-hour sessions, 5 for the 1-hour sessions to spread out over the course of your 6-month membership. And then every month I do a channeled live healing and Q&A with everyone who is in the container. Because one of the things that I have always been shown, I love, this is not everybody's way of selling, right? A lot of people don't talk about other people's work because you can lose clients and it doesn't, like I mention people who I work with and who've worked, with me and for me and in all the directions. And, but the reason I do that is because one of the things I've always been showed is that the economy is about generosity. Money is love. And so I want people to know if something doesn't resonate, if my work is not the thing for you, then I want you to know about stuff that will really help you on your journey, whether it's me or someone else. But if it is me, my friends, it is time. This is for the woman, the person. I always say my work is forever, for a lot of people, but so far only women. There's one exception. I do have one client who is a man, but so the people, this is for everybody who really feels the call of wanting to get a boost. You are a quantum healer. You are a Reiki master. You have studied every healing modality that exists. You know about herbs and all of the things, flower essences, acupuncture, Reiki, like I already said, the crystals, you know about all the stuff. Maybe you're a spiritual person who's just looking for that added boost. And I made contracts with all of you. If you have been feeling like you need to work with me, it's time for me to really toot my own horn in a bigger way, but I have the time now. And I'm getting a lot of amazing opportunities in the coming weeks to share my work with humongous audiences. So if you feel the call to work with me, I recommend strongly that you do it now, because it's not going to be so easy to work with me even in a month or two. And it's just true. So please schedule an Akashic Soul Exploration session with me, which is my point of entry. Those are $444. A no-brainer, beautiful. If you are ready to step into that version of yourself, or schedule a discovery call with me and find out more about that container. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. Oh, and the thing I forgot is that you're also going to get a Facebook group. So the group component of it, aside from the live monthly channeled healing and Q&A with everyone, is that there is going to be a Facebook group. So, where we can all learn from each other. So let's do this. If you are interested in this, shoot me a message. Let's get the ball rolling. It is on pre-sale between now and August 15th. So between now and August 15th, it's a heavily discounted price. I will get into all the details. If you would like, I can send you all of the information, but I love you so much. And like I said, if it's not me, but you are feeling the call of your heart, it is time to figure out what that means for you. Okay. So whether it is learning to keep bees, learning to do Reiki, busting out the tarot cards, joining a soccer league, it does not matter. What matters is that you figure out what your sacred connection to divinity is, what it looks like, because it is going to be what carries us through the eye of the needle, which we have been in for a while and is only accelerating and getting more intense. So find your people, love them, show up for yourself and for your community in ways that I never even thought were possible. The way I'm watching everyone change and step up, so beautiful. So keep doing it, my sweethearts. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Every single thing we did today aligned deeply into your highest, brightest good. Everything out of alignment with you fell to the earth herself to be transmuted back into the building blocks of life. May all of my words and all that you do forever and always serve your highest, brightest good. I love you. I love you. It is so. Abracadabra. Abracadabra.